Hey guys, welcome back to Math Outside the Classroom. Today we're going to be talking about similar figures, and we're also going to touch again on congruent figures and what they actually mean. Similar shapes, similar objects, and things like that. Okay, so today let's take a look at our schedule. We have first our learning target, then we're going to talk about some key vocabulary, then we'll talk about similar figures, then we're going to go to Not So Bright Lukey's parent-teacher conference, and then we're going to talk about similar figures in real life. So let's take a look over here at our learning target. It says, I can tell when shapes and objects are similar. So by the end of this, I hope you can tell which ones are similar and also which ones are congruent. And then it says down here, I can tell the difference between similar and congruent. So we can actually tell the difference between the two. Let's take a look quickly at our vocabulary for the day. Our vocabulary, first one, we've already done both of these, but I'd like you to write them down anyway. So our first one says similar. Things that have the same shape, but may have different sizes. Okay. And then congruent. These are two things that are exactly the same. So congruent means there are two things exactly the same. Okay guys, let's take a look at some of these figures and see what I'm talking about. What is similar, what is congruent? I know we have already talked a lot about congruent and that congruent is exactly the same. So let's take a look up here and see if we can find any congruent shapes. I see one pair. That is our triangle in the middle. These two triangles are congruent. They're exactly the same as each other. Each side is 3 centimeters long. Actually, it's 3 inches long. Each side here is 3 inches long. They are both equilateral triangles and they are both acute triangles. Both of these are congruent. Congruent means the same. They're the same size, they're the same shape. Okay? Now we have to talk about similar. Similar means a little bit different. Similar means that they are the same shape, but maybe they're different sizes. Maybe they look a little bit different. Okay, well, let's take a look at this first picture here. We have one square, and I believe this square is 30 centimeters on each side. Oops, not 3, 30. And this square is 10 centimeters on each side. Both of these are squares. So what we would say about this is that, or these two shapes, is that they are similar. They have the same shape, but they are different sizes. They are not congruent because they are not exactly the same. Let's skip over here to some things that are not shapes. Nice little people. I know I'm not a perfect drawer, and I'll try to make this a little better. But these also would be two shapes that are similar. They're the same shape. They're a person, or they're stick people, with 2 legs, one torso for a line, and then one pair of arms. And they are very similar in shape. They are not congruent because one's an adult and one's a kid. Or one's a really big, tall giant and one's a really small person. Okay, so these two figures are also similar, not congruent. Okay, last one we'll take a look at here. What is this? These are 2 circles. Okay, I know they're not perfect, but I drew them my best. These 2 shapes are also similar because they're different sizes, but they're the same shape. And our last one over here. What are these objects? They are nothing. They are neither similar nor congruent because this one's a circle, this one is a triangle. Even though they're the same size, they are completely different shapes. So I hope that gives you a better understanding what similar and congruent actually mean.
Hi, how are you? I'm good, It's good to see you.
Hi, Miss Heather!
How's Lukey doing? Isn't he great? I'm sure you love having him in class.
Yeah, I love being in the class!
So cute! perfect,
Very
right?
interesting. Yes,
Yes,
it's very
very
good.
interesting. We love him. He's awesome at home. Just a wonderful child. Such a blessing. We're so
And I'm so smart.
You
S-M-R-T. I am so smart.
Look at this. Adorable, adorable.
He is a very smart boy. He's having a little bit of trouble in math, especially with similar and congruent objects. So I wanted to see if you can show us what you learned this week, okay? So out of these ones, which shapes are similar?
This one and this one. Very similar. Do you see? Because
Okay.
this one goes all the way around.
Okay, well what about if we take away this one and we just look at these ones here?
Oh, similar.
Yeah, which
Similar.
ones are similar?
That means that they have the similar amount of money. So this one costs $1 and this one is $1. So these are similar.
Okay. What about by their shape, what they look like?
Oh, by their shape.
Yeah.
This one and this one by their shape.
Okay, how? Can you show me?
Because this one has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, and this one has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides.
Okay. Well, let's look at this real quick, okay? So these two shapes right here, if we put them on top of each other, do they kind of look similar? Almost the same?
Oh, yeah, they're the same shape,
Yeah, they're the same.
but they're not the same size.
Yeah, exactly. So that would mean that they are similar. Okay?
Oh, so if they're the same shape and the same size, they're similar?
If they're the same shape and different size, they're similar.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Alright, how about we look at these markers? Okay? These markers here which ones are congruent? Do you remember what congruent means?
Yeah, congruent.
It means that they're exactly the same.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay.
which ones are exactly the same?
Oh, that's hard. That's hard. Can I draw on them just to see?
Uh,
So this one is black, this one is black, and this one is what color?
Black.
It's black. Maybe we should put the
Is it pretty?
It's real pretty. I love it.
Alright, so
Isn't
which
it amazing? So creative.
It's very cute.
I think these two are congruent
Very good. Yes, they are. Do you know why?
because they're the same. They're both the same.
Very good. They're both black and they both have the labels. So this one doesn't. Very good job. That's awesome. Okay. These ones again. Which ones are congruent?
But they're both the same size and the same, or they're both the same shapes.
You're right. They're all the same shapes. But what about, remember, congruent means that they're exactly the same. So there's nothing that's different.
I think these are exactly the same.
Very good. You're getting better. High five. Alright, and then one more. So these two, would they be similar or congruent?
They're congruent because they're exactly the same. They're both circles.
Okay, you're right. But what about their size?
Ah! I got it wrong, didn't I?
Well, you can
You
always
didn't
fix
get
your
it
mistake.
wrong. You didn't get it wrong. You're doing great.
See?
You can just
I'm
think.
special.
I
You
know
are
you
special.
are.
Yeah.
I think they're similar because one is a different shape or size.
Very good. They're the same shape, they're different sizes, so they're similar. Very good job.
See, Mom, I told you I'm the best in the class.
You are the best in the class. You're awesome and amazing. What did I tell you?
He is very special.
I
He is.
know. He's my special boy.
Well, thank you for coming in. So maybe you can practice a little bit at home on similar congruent shapes, and then hopefully we'll see improvement in the class.
All right, bye-bye. All right, so now we have our word of the day, our secret word that you can write down on your notes to make sure that I know that you watched it. And that word is conference. Conference, like we just watched with Lukey, and not so smart Lukey. Oh, he didn't do so well. And our math joke of the day is, what is the king of the pencil case? The king of the pencil case is the ruler.
And you